Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Monkey.
And tonight, we're talking Mr. Banks. All right. So, Monkey, we, for the past year and a half, Disneyland has been experiencing something that's a nice change of pace. You know what that is, Monkey, that I've got to experience in the 3 times I went last year?
Chippendale's Treehouse being made more aware thanks to us?
Well, yes. I
could have worded that better.
Yeah. No, I mean, that is legitimate. Like, I think we did have something to do with that. But, no. What I'm trying to say is I very much enjoyed the quiet Rivers of America, New Orleans Square at night.
Yeah.
It's just like having that jazz band out there on the raft on the river and just, like actually having a place to walk around and not worrying about getting to Splash Mountain or Haunted Mansion. It's just been nice. But alas, the Rivers of America has now become the nighttime spectacular once again, Fantasmic, which has returned after an extended hiatus. And Monkey, last night you got the chance to see it. So what is your initial thought, Monkey?
My initial thought is overall positive.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a couple of things that I'm a little on, but like particularly in the middle. But it's funny, like my experience with the show in terms of like preferring it, like where it ranks among the previous version, it's very much like how some jerk with the camera reacted to Mission Breakout. Like starting off, like this is really good. I don't know if I prefer it over the original, but this is still pretty good. And then we get to the villain section, and I could, like, in my head, I could hear Jerk saying, I take back what I said, that was better than Tower of Terror.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a few things where it's sort of like, feels like it was really close, but better than really far off, I guess. So, yeah, this is a decent upgrade of the show, like a decent revision of the show. So
yeah, when I was watching it, man, I was really caught off guard by just how much they changed about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, you told me it gave you reason to not just remove the show altogether.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that let's get into the our history with this.
Okay.
Now, Monkey, I have told this story before on this channel, but it is a darling story, so I'm going to tell it again. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So my parents and this was when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old, maybe 7 at the most. They had a spot right at the center of the Rivers of America, like right by the island, right on the river's edge.
Nice.
And of course there was just this mountain of people behind us, right? So we weren't leaving that spot. Okay, basically as the show goes on, like I'm overwhelmed by it. Like me as a kid, I'm not entirely scared of it, although I do think the show does have a very ominous tone to it at certain parts, like the whole but beware, one false move and you can turn into a terrifying nightmare. And just the entire extended villain section. So my parents will never forget this. I whispered to my dad, I was like, this is too much magic. And my dad was like, you know what? Close your eyes because we're not leaving until it's over. So yeah, I mean, I remember watching the whole thing. I have no idea how I didn't just like shrivel up and die out of fright from some of it, especially like the giant. Because keep in mind, Monkey, I actually saw the Ursula balloon. I don't know if you ever got a chance to see it.
No, not really new.
Yeah. That's one thing I can claim. The Ursula balloon. So yeah. And then I guess it did kind of become a tradition on some of my trips that I took with my grandma over the years. Like we did like one trip a year. And of course, we wouldn't do it every night or anything, but we'd always try and do it at least once per trip, like stake out a good spot and everything. I'd always get dinner at the Bengal barbecue and bring it over to the spot. So that's nice. That's nice. But at a certain point, like I guess I don't know. At a certain point, like I remember going with my mom, and I was like, okay, I have to do it with my mom. And then I remember going with a cousin once, and I was like, okay, I have to do it with a cousin. But it was one of those things where if I was just at the park alone, or just like it wasn't really a top priority unless I was going to the park with someone who hadn't been to the park in a long time. And then at a certain point, I just started getting cynical about it when the crowd control situation at the park started getting worse and worse. This happened right around like, I'd say like 2010, 2011, something like that. And, I did get kind of this cynical, like, well, it's just the thing's a crowd control nightmare. It's been around for 2 decades. Let's just retire it. You know what I mean? I really did feel that way pretty strongly, especially because of the crowd control situation it produced. And I haven't been to World of Color yet, Monkey, but from everything I hear, it sounds like they do the crowd control situation better over there.
It's been a while since I've seen World of Color, so...
Yeah.
I think the last time I actually made time to see that thing was the first year they did a Christmas show. That was like 2013.
Oh, wow. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could still technically be with me the first time I see it.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. This and World of Color.
Yeah. Right.
Remind me, did you ever get to see Murphy?
Yes, I have several times.
Okay.
Of course, Monkey, I'm not going to be going to Disneyland until like 2019 at the earliest.
Oh yeah.
But anyways.
Hey, you'll get a chance to see Bucky again.
To see who?
The original dragon.
Oh yeah,
Florida.
right. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
And at least you'll get seating.
Yep. And I'll get the great and wonderful and powerful and so gloriously gay Governor Radcliffe as a villain in the villain section. See how he glitters, Monkey. See how he glitters.
Yeah.
God, anyways.
So you were saying?
Yeah. So I actually remember having like not necessarily arguments, but kind of like heated discussions at the museum about, with people who were bigger fans of Fantasmic than I was. And I was like, look, it's not like that. It's not like it's not a great show. It's just, I kind of feel like at this point it's sort of run its course. And I'd rather, especially after I went back with you and I experienced how nice it was to have the River of America and New Orleans Square, like not be super congested at night. And then, Monkey, I gotta say, I watched this video, I watched the video of the first night that this was performed, and almost instantly those feelings of wanting the show to retire just kind of went away. Yeah. Because, my God, Monkey, I think this new Fantasmic, like I said, I haven't seen it in person, I've only seen a video of it, but I think this new Fantasmic is just like, it's a perfect example of what Walt was talking about with the whole Disneyland will never be complete thing. And that's what I love about Fantasmic is that for Fantasmic, it's not just a fireworks show. It's not just roll of color. This is like a mixed media, like theatrical presentation on an epic scale that you can kind of tweak around and rotate and do all kinds of things with. And like in that way, Monkey, I'm more on board than ever to just have Fantasmic just keep going, like keep it another 20 years for all I care at this point.
Yeah, they've breathed new life into it.
Yeah, and
I think this was only supposed to be like a 5-year run.
I know, right? No, but I mean, in that way, Monkey, I think Fantasmic is definitely like above all other Disney entertainment offerings, like even the Electrical Parade, the one that has truly stood out. And, I think Walt would just be blown away by Fantasmic, especially like the different versions of it that have been done over the years.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's my piece with it. I mean, I'm super I can't wait to see it live. I'm stoked. And I never thought I'd say that given my hatred for crowd control nightmares. So but yeah, no, seriously, now I'm stoked to see it. I really am.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so Monkey, what's your history with this thing?
My history, I think originally for me it was that one kind of scary nighttime show. You know, like, oh, there's this giant dragon in it. I don't want to see that.
Right, right.
Yeah, like those whatever version of the dragon they would always use in the promos, which looked nothing like it did in the actual show.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I think the first time I saw the dragon, the original dragon, like I was kind of just walking by the area, like, you know, around the mansion.
Right, yeah, yeah.
And so, like, I mean, like, there were times where I'd kind of catch bits and pieces of it walking by. But I think, like, the first time I saw the dragon, how it really looked, I was like, it looks so fake.
I mean, it's basically just like a balloon and a crane that shoots fire.
It's a head on a cherry picker and
exactly
wing things that are like drape little fabric draping down
you
over
know what, Monkey? That head on the cherry picker created one of the most iconic theme park moments in the history of theme parks, I think.
That is true.
So
yeah, I think what got me to find I've never seen the Florida version in person. I intend to rectify that someday, but that's in the future. So I think what got me to finally sit down and watch the damn thing was after they added Murphy and such.
Okay.
Maybe I'd seen video before, but yeah, that. And it's not necessarily a thing you need to do every time. Like, you know, especially as someone who sometimes just goes for a couple hours in the morning or something.
Oh yeah, sure. For you, it's like, yeah, like I could totally see how you haven't done Roll to Color in years, you know, because it's a big time investment.
Yeah. I mean, like, when it was new, certainly, yeah, I see it a few times.
Right.
Like, Fantasmic was a thing I would do occasionally. I think in some eras more than others. Like, it was kind of funny last night. I suddenly had the memory of, like, nights sitting by the edge of the rivers of America waiting for the show to begin playing Tetris.
Yep.
Those were the days.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, so I remember, like, when they had Flotsam and Jetsam go by, and sadly that's not a thing anymore, even before this Fantasmic 1.0, the closed, but yeah, so that, it was kind of funny. If I remember right, I actually got to see the final performance of Fantasmic 1.0.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, because I'd gone to the parks anyway because it was the last day of Aladdin at DCA.
Oh, that's right. I remember you made a big deal to do that, sure.
Yeah, and this was also the last day of Fantasmic and the Rivers of America at the time. And I ran into a friend at the park. He was going to see Fantasmic later, so I eventually figured, yeah, okay, I'll see it too. So we saw it, and yeah, it was so, you know, it was like the last time for a while, and at that time I don't think it really occurred to me that they might be changing it up when it came back. And so, yes, so it finally came back. I finally got it over and done with last night.
All right, so let's talk about.
Remind me not to maneuver the Small World Mall during the electrical parade.
Don't maneuver the Small World Mall during the electrical parade. Got it.
Yeah.
Is the Mad Tea Party accessible during the electrical parade?
Is Mad Tea Party open?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because I remember I made a big deal about that during Paint the Night. Yeah, I love Paint the Night plus. I'm sure Paint the Night plus Mad Tea Party equals like awesome.
I'm sure that would be fun with the electrical parade too.
Oh yeah.
This was like I tried because I didn't want to, like I wouldn't really be able to try for the first show, so I figured like I'll hit up a thing or two in like Tomorrowland or Fantasyland, then head over for the second or third show like during the fireworks. So there was the whole deal of trying to get to Small World. Fun.
Oh God! And of course, folks, I just
Like,
I just want to set the stage for you, folks. Okay, like if you haven't been to Disneyland, like Small World from Frontierland is what, maybe
from
like
Main Street.
oh, from Main Street. Okay, so Small World to Main Street is like what, maybe
That's
not even half a mile, right? Like not even that.
Maybe it's the entire parade route, really, with
Yeah.
some weird.
So what I'm
around the
trying to
middle.
say is that it's not a long distance geographically, but if you hit it at the wrong time, then it can take you forever.
Like shortly before the parade starts and during the first half or so of the parade.
Exactly. That's
like at one
the
point
geography of Disneyland. It's like the hub and Fantasyland and Tomorrow, like all that place. It's like it's a relatively small amount of actual area when you think about the actual real estate and acreage of it, but it's like it's the most jam-packed spot in the park when it comes to the events. Oh man.
Well, like when I was waiting to cross from Matterhorn area to Storybook Land side of the street, I was at one point I'm like, so am I in a viewing area, like a set-aside viewing area, or is this the thing that'll cross over? It was the thing that crossed over, but whatever. So then finally getting on Small World and whatever operations that was, including several minutes of waiting near the split to the unload because low water levels or something.
God.
So I made my way through, got off that, made my way to like Pirates area, and thank God that Big Thunder Trail is back open. That helped a lot.
Oh, I bet. Oh man.
Yeah, that helped. It's interesting. They actually couldn't do the fireworks last night because of wind or something.
I'm sure that also helped.
It didn't look windy, but maybe it sorted it a little. So it's kind of interesting. They just played like the beginning and end of the show, so like the audio. And they still had mist screens going on at the Rivers of America. So whenever I get there, I decided to try for the Pirates Bridge. There was some weird stuff with exactly how the standby line process worked, but whatever. I got a spot. I got a decent spot, like pretty centered actually.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's wasn't exactly that pleasant being stuck in the middle of like a group, like some of them behind the rope, some of them on the other side of the rope trying to figure out how to work things.
Oh, Monkey, I have been there. I have been there.
Comet stage door flashbacks.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
So
yeah,
so whatever. Saw the second shoe of the night.
How'd it look like the crowd control situation was generally in terms of like from your vantage point, in terms of like getting people like to and from different places, like people going to Haunted Mansion?
Not sure I was really looking for that.
Okay. just kind of curious.
Yeah, it was just, with the experience of like the whole getting to Small World and then getting up to the Pirates Bridge.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. Well, it was relatively easy to get to the Haunted Mansion afterwards, so maybe that's also where I was, but... But, yeah.
All right, so then I guess that's the show then, right?
I guess so.
So, yeah, I gotta say, just hearing the announcement for Fantasmic, like, the rivers of America are about to dim as we present Fantasmic. Oh God, it just goosebumps, man. Just goosebumps. It's like this show.
Yeah, it really is like it's I'm losing the words, but yeah, it can give you those like sort of goosebumpy feels or whatever.
Especially if you're someone who grew up with the show. I mean, I'm sure it's magical for kids, but this show has reached a level of nostalgia for a lot of people that I feel makes it extra special.
Yeah, it really is an experience.
Okay, now of course the big first thing you notice in terms of the new stuff is the new lighting and the new water fountains, right?
Yeah, and there was like that screen right above and behind the shaft as well. But yeah, you get those little laser dots coming up, and then the projections, and Yeah, Mickey's there right off.
And it looks kind of like a giant disco party to a certain extent.
Kind of, yeah, let's keep it here and out of DCA.
Right? Oh, God.
Like, let's just keep it here in general, okay?
Yeah, and I'd love to see how they work in the World of Color water effects. Like, it's very...
Yeah, they definitely took some influence from World of Color.
For sure.
Like, especially in terms of, like, lasers on water. And things.
But of course, the thing that I like about this show that I think makes the show much more captivating, the World of Color, is the different set pieces and everything, and the mix of media.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just you know, just all the different like water jet effects and the projections at the beginning. I mean, it really does set the tone for something that's like, okay, like this is the show you remember, but there's going to be a lot of different things that
are plussed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's decent plussing. Like it's pretty cool.
I mean, I just all the projection mapping on the barn, especially, is just like Disney has just perfected the projection mapping.
Like you get all the colors in the water and the images like of stars and such, and the sorcerer's hat.
Right. I love the shadow, almost kind of like the Darth Vader-esque shadow.
Of what, the hat?
Of Mickey wearing the hat on the shack.
Ah, okay.
You might not have caught that. I'm just watching the video.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to get to where we are. Okay, I found the hat. So, yeah, it was kind of interesting. Like they have Mickey, like sort of, you know, like wow. Yeah, I do like with this version how Mickey is actually there throughout the adventure.
Yeah, I enjoy that too. I hear you.
Yeah.
Of course, with the Sorcerer's Apprentice, we get some of the classic Fantasmic mist screens, which is nice. You know, I mean, it obviously doesn't look as new and shiny as some of the projection mapping stuff does, but those mist screens kind of like, you know, they're a big part of the original Fantasmic. So. And then, of course, we see the, you know, that effect of the brooms all over the barn.
Until we reached, until we got to the villains part, the brooms were easily my favorite moment.
Okay. Yeah, all over the barns, like splashing water everywhere.
Yeah, this maybe sort of layered-ish.
Like right.
But yeah, the sense of the brooms being all over the place, like going around doing their thing, that was cool. I love that addition.
So it's nice how they mix the Sorcerer's Apprentice. They mixed like the old school mist screens with that new effect.
Yeah.
All right, and then after that, what's this weird we get a weird like flower transition into the jungle.
Yeah, new version of the flower transition.
Yeah. Okay, and yeah, with the jungle, there's a lot more of the, you know, of the water fountains, you know, a lot more synchronization.
And the Lion King. So yeah, Mickey in front of the sun.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, Mickey's actually more involved in this now. Or at least he's there throughout it.
And again, with just the crazy projection mapping, I mean, just all the colors and all the different layers of the... Yeah, and Mickey in front of the sun is a fun touch, too. Yeah, just an iconic Disney image.
Like, there was one point, I think it might have been like when Ka was on his way out or something, where the entire shack and island is covered in like some African pattern, and I was sort of like, well, where'd the shack go?
Right. It's almost like a big magic trick or something. Like,
yeah, I mean, like even usually like with projection mapping, you can make out the whatever shape of what it's mapping over, but yeah, it was like that building disappeared.
Yeah, I'm watching the Ka scene now, and it's definitely like the whole building is like all entrenched in like this psychedelic, you know, like sort of camo pattern.
We got these new costumes for the monkeys.
I love that they brought the monkeys back. That was one of the things I was kind of worried that they wouldn't bring back.
I like that it's still King Louie.
Yes, that's all great. It's a classic part of the original.
That was kind of fun with them walking across the log.
Right, right.
Yeah, it is sort of fun, like how the sort of a it's like Lion King and Jungle Book coexist with each other, and we see that again later with the underwater stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of building the Disney universe for sure.
Yeah. I do miss the physical pink elephants that used to be on the island.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Those were fun.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the pink elephant section, I don't know. It seems like it's mostly just cut from the original, from what I can tell.
I mean, it's been sort of like rearranged, re-edited, reorchestrated, of course.
But I mean, I'm saying just in terms of the effects.
Oh. I mean, yeah, they added some new lighting and lasers, but...
Yeah, but I mean, a big part of it is just the original mist screen, though. Like, it doesn't seem like they put...
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like they put... I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks good, and the new... the new laser effects look good. They, it just doesn't look like they put as much effort into it as they did the other sections.
Yeah. Wait, have you hit the genie yet?
No, I'm about to, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, now I've hit
was
the
something
genie.
like... Yeah. There was some sort of... So Mickey's back on the island?
Right.
Yeah, and there was some sort of like thing... It was sort of interesting, like... that was fun with Genie becoming Donald and Goofy.
Right.
There was just something about, like, having that bit of Robin Williams Genie saying, like, oh, it's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I hear that. That's that's nice. Especially
I don't know if I'm...
Especially since Aladdin closed at DCA.
I don't know if I'm really a fan of the Arabian Dancer versions of the princesses, but...
Yeah, I mean, this is where the show kind of goes nuts, because we get like the Pinocchio puppets, but it's Mickey and Minnie and Daisy.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like a big mix of stuff.
Yeah, and then Little Mermaid, Atlantica on the mist screens. Yay. And then yeah, this moment coming up where it's like all the rays migrating. That was beautiful. That was a very pretty moment. Yeah,
it's nice to know that Disney can get these kind of moments from their modern movies and put them into the show and have them work really well.
Yeah, like this one here, for instance.
Yeah, because you're right. That is a very striking moment. It's like you can hardly see the shack or anything. It's also obscured by the mist screens.
Yeah, it's kind of like the herd is there. Mm-hmm. And we still get this transition with Jiminy. That's nice.
It's a classic part of the original.
Yeah, it is like, taking the moments from the original and, revising them a bit.
Like, that's what I like about this. It's not just like taking the original and giving it a new coat of paint, but it's not completely throwing out the original.
Taking the original. It's not just taking the original, keeping it the same, but changing out a scene or two. Like, this Monstro bit here is updated and whatnot.
Of course, new water jet effects there.
Yeah, an update on the water effects. And this classic of Mickey going around. I think they even like, I'm not there yet, but I'm close. But they even reanimated the eyes, like the eyes in the darkness.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I think the cannon off of the Columbia was also something that may have, kind of scared me away from this in my younger days.
Did that scare you away from going on the Columbia too?
It kind of still does.
Oh God, I hear you.
Oh, have you hit Barbosa?
Yes, I have hit Barbosa.
Oh, hi, Barbosa.
Oh, hi, Barbosa. Hi, Jeffrey.
So yeah, the live action isn't as out of place as I expected.
All right, now I want to know how this effect looks in real life, because it's hard to exactly tell on video. Like, from what I can tell, it looks good. I'm just not sure if it's like a jaw dropper.
I'm not sure about the mist screen and such. I mean, not the mist screen, the projection on the island. I'm not as sure about that, but the ship does look really cool. So like with the lighting and the sails, like they did pretty much transform the ship.
Uh-huh.
The rest of the pirate sequence, though, I'm not that crazy about. Like,
okay.
I mean, like, the thing that I feel just really justifies keeping this is the ship. But my one huge gripe with this new version is, okay, let's hope I don't blow my voice out now. Standing up.
Oh, God.
Who the fuck is this woman?
Yeah, I hear you.
Is it the redhead? Is it Elizabeth?
Oh, God. Yeah,
but,
suddenly we just have this damsel in distress character in the middle of all this, right?
Yeah, and not taking a side on this, I find it ironic how, the ride is infamous for its PC revisions, and here they rip her clothes off.
Oh, God. For kids.
But yeah, it's like, what's going on here? What's with, like, you got Jack Sparrow fighting pirates, sure, but who's this woman?
Yeah, no, I definitely noticed that too.
What is going on here? What's with the Dead or Alive poster? With Peter Pan, it's easy. Like, it's easy to figure out. You got the. Oh, by the way, I find it funny. It's like we got the burning shack back.
Right. Oh, God.
And it's like this bit kind of just keeps going, which I guess the Peter Pan one did too. But with that one, you could grasp, like, yeah, it's a fight between Peter and Captain Hook on Hook's ship. It's easy to grasp, and you get the crocodile following them. It's an easy thing to grasp.
If they just didn't throw in the random woman.
Yeah, maybe if it was just a fight between Jack and Barbossa or something.
Let's
see, you got that weird Jack skull.
I wish they could have figured out a way to do the Kraken or something like that.
Yeah, like replace the crocodile with the Kraken.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
CGI hat.
Right. Now that looks a little out of place, I got to admit.
Yeah, I know this isn't the movie division, but could you have upped the CG a little, maybe?
Oh,
God. Whole new world. So like, especially when the mist screens are on, it does kind of look like they're really levitating.
Yeah, I think this is kind of like the big, headliner of the new Fantasmic.
Maybe.
Like that and Pirates, I think.
Yeah, I think Pirates is the one where it's like it wants to be the headliner.
I think this is the one where people are talking about it more than Pirates, though.
Maybe, yeah. Or at least it comes off better.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I kind of doubt it, but I was wondering if they reused the carpet from the Hyperion show.
I doubt it too, but that'd be great.
Yeah. And somewhere around this point, you're like, oh, they're on a pole that's emitting smoke. That's still cool.
Right. It still looks nice.
Yeah.
I think it looks more effective than the Hyperion one did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and then the famous princess montage.
Yeah. Except without the princess who started it all, we're replacing her with Tangled, which, okay. Maybe Tangled could have replaced Mermaid or something, but then again, I guess Snow White did sort of lead into the evil queen bit, and the way this is staged, it kind of works out having the mirror just appear. So thank God they kept it as classic Belle and Beast, not Hermione and Krampus. Oh
God, thank God, yes. Oh my God.
Oh God, like Krampus Beast costume.
Dude, I would have just... That Beauty and the Beast movie just sinks, like each day it sinks lower and lower and lower for me. That thing was a mess.
It's funny, they were playing Days in the Sun a couple times at the expo as like background music while you wait. Oh yeah, by the way, my experience with crowd control last night, that was more stressful on me than I think the expo
Oh wow!
when I went.
Oh geez, that's
like I think the only thing where it really got stressful at the expo was when I was trying to find a churro on a low stomach.
oh right, right.
It was kind of cool. Like you can't, like the video I'm watching, you can't really see it. Maybe you can in others, but there's some tree off on the other side of the river that has this one lone lantern being projected on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's a big missed opportunity. Like they really should have done more with the lanterns. I really don't understand why they didn't, especially when they have other effects like the rays and stuff like that.
Wouldn't that have been cool if there was a way to have lanterns?
Oh wait, never mind. There are projected lanterns on the island.
They're projected onto the barn, but onto the yeah, that would have been cool if there's a way to have them appear above the trees.
Somehow, yeah.
Like have them on really long sticks or something.
I mean, it's there. It's just not as much as I was kind of hoping for.
And then we're coming up to.
I think with the lantern, since it's such an iconic set piece with Tangled, like it's a new iconic Disney set piece, much like the Frozen Let It Go is.
Okay, so now we get them. Go on.
I honestly think like the scale of the manta ray scene should have been done with the lanterns.
Yeah. So now we get the mirror, voiced by Corey Burden now.
Of course.
No Tony Jay, but it's fine. And I love this new lead into the villains. The sense of like, oh, there's another realm, young sorcerer, that has even more powerful stuff, but beware, only the brave and can deal with it. And Mickey's like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah, let's see it. And you get, which sounds like a great thing to a lead in. Like, oh, lock the darker magic. And then it's a trap!
It's a trap!
So yeah, it still works both ways. And then up comes the evil, up comes the witch. Ah, now I'll turn the dream into a Fantasmic.
And this is just the part, Monkey. Like, oh my God, I don't even know how this got past the censors when it was first in the show, just how scary it is. It's so intimidating.
Yeah, and even now, like, I'd say it's scarier now. The threat has been upped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there's more of a real threat here. It is nice having the witch just start off as the witch. Oh, I didn't notice this before. It's like Dr. Facilier's shadows on the shack. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, and it makes sense having the witch start off as the witch, like, instead of turning into the witch for no real reason.
Right.
And I find it interesting they keep the same villain lineup, the same basic lineup. Like, they didn't add anyone new.
I was kind of like, I knew it wasn't going to happen. I was kind of hoping for the return of the Ursula float.
Yeah, or Flotsam and Jetsam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think Poor Unfortunate Souls maybe could have been cut.
Maybe, but I will say, like, this bit where it shows Mickey being tormented by the ghostly hands, like, in that moment, I was like, oh no, Mickey! Which, you know, that's beautiful. It can get me back into that childlike state of like, oh no, Mickey!
I hear you.
Like I said, yeah, I love this.
The reason I say it could have been cut is that it doesn't really feel like they did much with it. And the Bald Mountain thing, too. It's just like both of these scenes are just kind of like out of the original.
Yeah. Just slightly upped. And showing that Mickey is actually, that they are getting Mickey.
Which, that is a good touch. I'll admit that.
Oh, yeah, that's a great touch. Like, I love how, I do think this villain sequence is, like, this whole villain section may be stronger than in the original.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I mean, I'm not saying you cut the whole thing. I'm just saying there's certain sections of it that...
Yeah, but for the way they handled it, I think they handled it brilliantly.
Yeah, Bald Mountain definitely looks like it's been improved with the ghosts and everything.
And, so I think Maleficent's coming up. She did not rise when I saw it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was thinking, oh, I guess they cut that. And then I'm watching this video today and she's rising. Oh, they did keep it.
Must have been a fluke.
Better that doesn't work than the dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how they have briars on the barn, on the shack. Whatever.
Yeah, that's a good touch.
And Mickey's not the brave little tailor. Keeping him as the sorcerer, keeping the consistency. And I like how they have this bit with Maleficent on the screens, like, using her magic and then turning into the dragon and whatnot. And you see the dragon's eyes and whatnot as it rises up. So yeah, it's kind of like an incoming threat, like a new rising threat.
Oh
No
yeah,
pun
I see
intended.
how they do that. Right, right.
Instead of like the eyes appear out of the darkness after everyone laughs.
Right, exactly.
Imagination.
No, that's cool how they blend the dragon into the projections.
Mhm. And then you got that like Maleficent projected onto the dragon,
Hmm.
and then it becomes the fire. Oh, that was cool. That was a cool touch.
Yeah, and this dragon, man, like I said, this has got to be one of the most iconic theme park set pieces ever with the fire on the water and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, just
And then with
nothing could touch
and
it.
then yeah, and then with this new look of the dragon, it's even cooler.
Yeah, it looks great. It really does.
Yeah.
It looks like a full-on animatronic now.
Yeah. Like an actual dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Instead of
just
just like a
like the
crane.
actual dragon in the movie, not just some big giant head on a stick.
Right.
And Mickey has to use his own magic, not just pull a sword out of a stone.
Oh God.
Like, the magic I have now because I'm an experienced sorcerer or something.
Plot.
And then I was not expecting that second fire thing.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Right.
Bleach
Right.
fire is like I was not expecting
That's
that.
great. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's a really cool destruction. Wow. God damn, they go all out with that, don't they? Holy crap, that is cataclysmic.
I mean, like this whole show, they're like, we have new lighting and laser effects, and we're gonna use them. Damn it!
Right?
But me buckles, every cloud has a silver lining.
CG Tinkerbell. That is definitely a nitpick.
Could look worse, I guess.
It could have, but they could have just used the animated Tinkerbell, like the classic Tinkerbell.
Yeah. And this part is, except for some of the new laser stars, except for the new lighting and colors and such. Yeah, this is very much like the original.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's like the Splash Mountain finale. It's like, hey, let's just cram in all the characters that we couldn't fit anywhere else.
Yeah, it is the same as Splash Mountain finale. Like, it's kind of I found it kind of funny, like trying to logically look at that finale. Like, they had to, like, whatever the process was of getting that riverboat and getting on it and just singing and dancing there.
Right, right.
Like this hastily put together celebration.
Exactly. Like in the context of the story.
Yeah. I mean, at least with Fantasmic, you could argue dream logic.
Sure, of course, of course.
I would kind of like it if maybe Moana was on the boat.
I'm surprised there was no Moana in this, actually.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised that there's absolutely no Frozen.
No Frozen. Oh, holy shit! I just realized that.
Yeah, I mean, I am happy. It does make me very happy that Tiana is still on the boat because she would probably be one of the first to get rejected if you got another character in there.
Oh, right, right.
I don't know. Maybe you could put someone instead of maybe use some more recent characters like from Zootopia or Moana instead of Toy Story.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was just thinking like the Toy Story characters on the back don't exactly look that much in place either.
Yeah, they haven't really.
Ever. Yeah,
and the water doesn't catch fire again now.
Which is kind of lame.
Yeah, but then it was sort of confusing at the time, like, so that's a good thing now that the water's on fire?
I always caught it as like Mickey's like turning the dark magic into good magic. That's kind of
maybe, yeah, because it is at the same time as like blind you with frightening schemes.
Right, exactly.
And
I mean, look, I shouldn't say it's lame that it's not there. Like, that's harsh. I mean, they have a whole bunch of new laser effects.
Those spinning white circle lights.
The spinning lights, cool. Yeah.
Like, those are captivating in person.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, yeah.
No, again, it just looks like Disney's gone all
You got the
out for
rainbow
this
stars. I
thing.
mean, it's not as cool now having Sorcerer Mickey on the barn because he's been up there already, but whatever.
Oh yeah, right. I hear you. I hear you.
And I love how when he says Summon Imagination, how they sneak in the Sorcerer's Apprentice theme. I love that. That's a great touch. It was kind of funny, like when I'm waiting for, like I'm in line for Small World, and there's a big green flash from over in that direction.
Oh God!
So of course, like, well, either Fantasmic just ended, or somehow Voldemort got over there and killed a construction worker.
Oh no! Avada Kedavra! All right, all right.
Also, I'm not a fan of the new exit music.
You're not. All right.
No. Well. Yeah, it's just sort of a little bland and low key. I mean, why couldn't you just reorchestrate the original exit music? That was like so awesome and triumphant, an awesome triumphant way to send you out.
I hear you. Can't win them all, I guess.
Yeah.
You can't always get what you want. All right, final thoughts overall, Monkey?
So, yeah, I do say like I said, my opinion is overall positive. Like, there's a hiccup here and there, particularly with the execution of the pirates scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think they did a decent job updating it. And so, yeah, like with Breakout, this isn't another Soren where I'm like, I don't really have a desire to do that a second time. Like, I'm willing to check this out again. I'm not as interested in dealing with crowd control, but we'll figure that out as we go along, I guess. I mean, it is still the first week.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, as we go along.
All right. Well, yeah, folks, I am very much, like I said, I was kind of getting into a cynical state with Fantasmic and the crowd control situation and whatnot, but this new presentation just brings me right back to it. I mean, this is worth it. It really is. And as I said, now Fantasmic has this legacy behind it. It's got this sort of generational thing going for it. And I think Fantasmic is a truly special milestone in Disney parks now, and I don't want it to go away anytime soon. And I know I sound like a total hypocrite who's just totally changing my tune on this, but hey, that's what the power of a good production can do. So
yeah, check it out if you can.
All right. Oh, spend all my money. Oh,
Some imagination, huh?